Hello, cutifuls. Okay, so as promised, I am back with the results of the wonderful, so loved Nutcracker mold. And here is the castings that I made from it. The amazing Nutcrackers, very detailed, very beautiful. I was wondering about how they would do, just because they're so thin. These have been out of the mold a couple of days, actually. It's taken me this long to get back to this project, just because I've had some orders to fulfill, and they were a little bit more detailed than I had hoped, but in terms of time consuming. But it's all good. I love the fact that people are ordering from me, and I'm very grateful for that. Anyway, so I'm very, very happy with these. And what I have done, I'm going to put 3 of them to the side here, because I have selected these 2 to be the subject of my next project. I don't know, we're going to have to come up with some names for these guys. Henry and Charlie, yes. They're very kingly, I think. Anyways, this is what I'm going to do. We're going to try to make a Christmas clock. Yes, this is the very last of my Christmas in July. And I'm putting this here so you can see it, because I've already tested out a little bit. The reason I've only selected 2, I was hoping more than 2 would go in, but I'm going to attempt to put these, now I say attempt, I've never done this before, bear in mind, I'm a newbie, okay? So I'm getting bold with this. I actually decided I'm going to give it a good British American try. That's what I'm going to do. So we're going to put them upside down in here. I'm going to go away and mix up some resin, because I want a clear layer of resin to put them on first. And I need to somehow, well, we need to paint them. These need to be painted, so I'll be painting these up. I have, and this is another reason why I waited, because I can't pick up the whole thing. Okay, let me just show you the box. I am now the proud owner of some wonderful Testors paint, which is enamel paint, and they use these to work on model cars and things like that. They're wonderful, I think, for this type of project where you want the outcome to be very sort of bright and bold. So I'm going to be using the Testors paint on my castings. I'm going to place them in here. Now, obviously, just these 2 in here alone, that's not going to be very exciting. So let me take this away. What I have here, I have been through now. I have a lot of molds, guys. I'm really starting to think I have a real problem. I do have a real problem, because, hey, this is just what I'm into right now. So I bought out some of the molds, the little small enough, the small ones that I thought I could possibly use in this. Now, I don't know, because once I get all of the castings and everything, I'm going to make an arrangement in the clock, and to determine which ones I'm going to use and which ones I'm not going to use them. I don't know. Initially, I don't know. So I'm going to cast them all in my casting powder. You know, I could do them in resin, but I just think the casting powder and painting them, 1 will be quicker and 2 will be more precise in terms of the color I'm trying to get. I'm not trying to guess how it's going to come out at the end, because I don't have time for that. I need these to be the color I need them to be, and I think the best way to do that is to go ahead and paint them up once I get them cast. So the plan is pour a layer of clear resin in this to lay everything into. There's my groundwork, a thin layer, I will say that. I'm going to use my fast cure resin, because I'm going to do just a thin layer, so it won't need to be deep. I do have some deep pour resin. I will wait and see if I need to use that or not once we get into this. So we're going to be winging it a little bit, guys. We're winging it, but it's okay. It's okay.
angels we have heard on high, sweetly singing o'er the plains, and the mountains in reply, echoing their joyous strains. Gloria in excelsis Deo. Gloria in excelsis Deo. Come to Bethlehem and see Him whose birth the angels sing. Come adore on bended knee Christ the Lord, the newborn King.
Okay guys, so what you're seeing here is the clock has now a very thin layer of clear resin. I know you can't see it very well because I've started to place my castings in there to see where I might want them to go. And I'm very happy with this. And most everything you see here will make it into the project. The Nutcrackers, the tree, and the holly at the top. The other two sort of architectural pieces, and not working. Weren't planning that. So this is what we end up with. As you can see, I've for the most part painted everything. The Nutcrackers were very detailed, and I wasn't going to put you through watching me do all of that, although I will still be needing to do a few little touch-ups. And of course we need to paint the little decorations or baubles at the top, and that I think I'll take you along with me so we can do that together. Okay, cutifuls, I'm back. So what I need to do is to finish painting these pieces, and these are proving to be quite the pain in the rear end because they're so they're actually a little bit difficult, if I'm being really honest with you, to paint because of the intricate nature and the fact that I'm a little bit pedantic about that kind of thing. So what's happening is as I paint one piece, I'll get one color on another area that I don't want it. Then I have to go back and do touch-ups, and in doing the touch-ups I might accidentally get the paint on another piece, and that's what's going on over and over again. So what I typically do is just keep at it until I'm satisfied. So I'm still not satisfied. There's still a lot of flubs on this, and I'm going to keep doing it. But what I wanted to do, I wanted to show you first of all these Testors paints. That's what was used primarily on these pieces, although I didn't use Testors paints on this piece, only the berries, just to give them a little bit more glossy effect. And I see touch-ups are really needed on all of these pieces. But what I thought I would do is to use the Testors paints with you on these little baubles that still need to be painted. So I wanted to show you the full range of the Testors paints here. I don't know if you can see here. So we got a really nice yellow. It comes with silver, blue, sort of an off creamy white. I've never used this yet because I didn't really like it. It didn't seem very opaque at all. This one is gold. We've got the green. It comes with a black, a red, and a clear. I guess that's so you can give something a glossy shine. So I might try that actually. I might paint this in just the regular paints that I have, the regular acrylics, and then use this to try to shine that up. Yeah, let's try that. I don't want to use all of my Testors paints on everything because I really wanted these ones to stand out. Anyways, let's see what we've got here. So let me go grab my full line of acrylics that I have so I can have some really good selections. I'll be right back. Right, so some time ago I purchased these acrylics from Temu, and I've been steady using them, and I'm yet to do all of the colors. Let's see. Let's pick out a few colors. Sorry guys, technical difficulties. I'm not sure what happened there. My video cut off. Okay, so I've selected this blue for the baubles. We're probably going to need a real pretty red. Let's see, I'm trying to use something I haven't already used on anything. So I'm going to try this one. Looks like a nice bright red. Obviously we need a green, and let's see, a nice green I haven't used yet. Let's try that one. And let's do a nice yellow, nice bright yellow, that one. Right, well, let's see what we have. Bring it down over here. Right, got my trusty wipes ready, just in case. Got my alcohol, 99% ready. By the way, on these testers paints, on your hands and on your brushes, that does come out if you just wipe them with the alcohol. Like this one I have been using on the testers paints, so we just dip it in alcohol. I just spilled some on my mat, so I'm just taking it off my mat and wiping it on there. That keeps it nice and soft and supple and ready for the next color. So just let that dry out and we're ready to go again. Okay, let's see. I've got down this little bit of construction paper as my mat, my disposable mat, so I can throw it away once I'm done making a mess here. Okay, these ones just need to be opened up by placing the other end and pushing down. So typical, you try to do it on camera, it doesn't work, right? There we go. So you got a little bit of green there now, and it's oozing out there. Okay, let's see what we got. Let's try this one first. I'm going to start by just dabbing the color all over. So start with the background. Let's put it down. Actually, let's put a little bit on the mat and put our lid back on. Stop the oozing. And now I'm not painting the back of anything, and that is going to pose a problem with my clock later on, because you're going to be able to see the backs, and if I don't do something as far as my back coat to cover it up, I'm aware of that, and I'm still considering how to back coat everything. I'm really not sure. So I wish you guys could talk to me and tell me what you think. I'm not quite sure how to back coat it, but we'll get to that when it comes time for it. Okay, so I've got, there's the green. Let me make sure I get a good coat. I don't want to miss anything, so I don't want to have to fuss with this too much. I have messy hands, I know. It always happens when I'm crafting, and I'm very happy about that. I'm very happy with it. Okay, so I like to pick them up. Oh, am I off camera here? Okay, I like to pick them up. Let's just adjust a little bit. I like to pick them up so I can see what's going on the sides, and I can see a lot of what I'm missing. Yeah. going on the sides. So let me just make sure I get this right the first time. Not worried about what's going on in the back because I plan on covering that up. Okay, so that's the first layer of that one done. And I so do have a little bit of water here. So I'm going to clean my brush off. I don't like keep changing brushes every 5 minutes, so I'm going to clean it off as I go along. And my handy dandy wiping tool here. And we're good to go for the next color. Okay, the next color. Let's do a red one. It's called Scarlet. I haven't used this one, so I'm going to open it up. I'm going to squeeze a bit over here. Do a little bit. Oop, that was a bit more than I wanted, but that's okay. So I'll just do the green one. I don't know. Oh, there it is. Let me keep these out and separate so I make sure I know what colors I've been using in case I have to touch up anything. Oh. Okay, Jane. Concentrate. All right. I think we're going to speed through this now because you probably understand what's going on. I mean, yeah, painting is not rocket science, and that's probably why we find it so relaxing. So I will speed through this and we'll see you on the other side.
Come to Bethlehem and see Him whose birth the angels sing. Come adore on bended knee Christ the Lord, the newborn King.
Beautifuls, I'm back. I picked out some rub and buff. So I'm trying not to get too precious about this. I thought if I rub something on the raised parts, if I just do it gently, maybe we can make these pretty without going into too much detail. Right. Okay, that works. And I'll wait for this to dry, and then I'll just go and touch up the bits in the red that I don't want. So okay, so that's the silver with the red, and let's see, let's try the copper one. That's called Spanish copper. These are all rub and buffs. I actually got a set of rub and buff. Oh, this little bit is broken off. That's okay. Okay, I'm gonna lay this down. Let's see if we can just, not sure about that. Not sure about that at all. Not sure about that at all. Don't like it. I might change that. Probably will. So let's see what else we got. Definitely don't want no more of that. Let's try a gold one. Oh, that's pretty. I hope you can see that. Probably can't. Nice and quick. That's what I'm looking for right now, because I need to get this in resin.
Mary, Joseph, lend your aid. Sing with us our Savior's birth. Gloria in excelsis Deo. Gloria in excelsis Deo.
Shot. This is what we're looking like. I think that's about as good as I can get with them faces. They're not perfect, but hey, I'm hoping they won't look so bad when they're behind resin. It took quite a long time, and you know, like, we're not going to be able to do Christmas in July if it's August. So I have to finish up with this project. Okay, now my next challenge will be how to affix all of these. I want to put them down with another clear layer of resin behind them, only because I want to put some glitter, and I don't want the glitter to get in front of everything and drown it out. So I want to do the glitter more of a back layer. So that's where I'm at. I'm thinking these can probably go down into, obviously they got to go down face down. I think they could go down probably into the resin. I think they'll be heavy enough where they won't float. These ones here I'm concerned about, mostly because I think they will float. So I want to try to use some UV resin is what I was thinking. So I've got my little UV resin here. Actually, you know what I just forgot? I forgot my gloves. I'm going to get my gloves on, and then we're going to try to coat these in some UV resin, place them where we want them, and cure them up, and hopefully that'll stop them from floating when I put the other resin on top of it. Okay, all right, that's the plan. I'll be right back.
Angels we have heard on high, sweetly singing o'er the plains, and the mountains in reply, echoing their joyous strains. Gloria in excelsis Deo. Gloria in excelsis Deo. Come to Bethlehem and see Him whose birth the angels sing. Come adore on bended knee Christ the Lord, the newborn King. Gloria in excelsis Deo. Gloria in excelsis Deo.
Got everything ready to go. What I realized, these baubles need a chain, because when they came out the mold, the bit that had the chain was too flimsy to mold and cast. So I don't know how realistic or how good this is going to look, but I've gotten out my tulip puff paint in silver, metallic silver. Guys, that little mayhem elf got into my studio again, and he's messing with my sound now. I don't know what that was, but it wasn't me. Well, it was me, but I can't figure out how to fix it, so I've had to mute this whole clip and do a voiceover instead. So all I'm showing you is how I got my little puff paint there, and I got a little toothpicky thing, and well, initially I tried to squirt it straight from the bottle and make like little dots to mimic what needs to be like a chain that the baubles are supposed to be hanging from, but that didn't work out. So I put some on my mat and I used a toothpick to try to dot it in instead. So that's what I'm showing you. Okay, Cutifuls, we're back on voice over again because my voice is not coming out right. Anyway, I'm showing you that the layer of clear resin with some extra fine glitter has cured. Yeah, so what I did is, I poured out about 400 milliliters of resin, and it's the fast cure. That kind that I have, I was going to send it back, but I decided to persevere with it, and I've been using it, so I didn't really want to send it back because I thought it might be kind of hazardous to do so. So what I'm showing you here is what I intend to do with the back layer, which I'm about to pour. I'm going to use the pigment paste, which is, it's a kind of glossy white that I have. And I also am going to use the chunky glitter from Walmart, and I'm going to pack that thing with that chunky glitter and this white pigment paste that I have. What you'll find is I use the glossy pigment paste, and then I have to put on in a little bit of the just regular white pigment paste as well. So I've mixed up my fast cure resin again. Not a happy camper about that because it did, dry with so many bubbles. Even after I did all the things to alleviate the bubbles, it still did that. And but it did dry fast. That it did. It dried in about, I checked on it again after having poured it 3 hours before. And when I came back, I just came back to check on it. I wasn't expecting it to be cured. It was pretty much cured at that point, but it had great big huge craters of bubbles. But to be fair, that could be the elements that I've placed in the clock. They could be coming up from underneath that. It's possible that that's what the problem was there. So anyway, here I am. I'm going to put in a little bit of this pigment paste here, and I'm going to mix it all up, and yeah, and then we're going to get that poured. I'm going to babysit it for a little bit this time, just to make sure that, I'm mitigating the chances of the bubbles as much as possible. But, it is 1 o'clock in the morning, so I do have to sleep at some point, so it is what it is. So when I wake up in the morning, I anticipate being able to demold this thing, get some glamour shots for you, maybe do some finishing touches first, get some glamour shots for you guys, and finish editing this video and get it out on the 31st of July. And we are going to say bye to Christmas in July. Yes. Oh my goodness, that rhymes. Wow. I guess I do my best work at 1 o'clock in the morning, huh? Anyways, all right, guys, I'll be back.
Come to Bethlehem and see Him whose birth the angels sing. Come adore on bended knee Christ the Lord, the newborn King. Gloria in excelsis Deo. in excelsis Deo. See him in a manger laid, Jesus, Lord of heaven and earth. Mary, Joseph, lend your aid. Sing with us our Savior's birth. Gloria in excelsis Deo. Gloria in excelsis Deo.
Okay, guys, I'm going to pour this layer. I'm going to do all the things I can to alleviate the bubbles. We're going to have a little go with the blowtorch, not the blowtorch, the hot air gun. I'm losing my words today. It is 1 o'clock in the morning. I think it's 2 o'clock now. Anyways, so we're going to, fight the bubbles. We're going to fight the bubbles. That's what we're going to do. So, yeah, we're fighting the bubbles. Get rid of them bubbles. And I will see you in the morning. I'm back. And let's go ahead and get this baby out of here. She's cured. Let's see what we have. Now, I decided not to fill it all the way to the top just because I don't know how this... I'm not as confident as I maybe should be about it, just because I'm really not sure what it's going to come out looking like, and I don't want to waste a whole lot of resin, so I will need to file that down to get rid of the sharp edges. Let's see what we have here. Okay. Oh. Back in place. Let's see what we need to do to make this the way I would like to have it. What do you think, guys? Right. The bubble situation wasn't that bad. I do see one great big bubble here, but there are a few bubbles on the figures, as I thought there might be. Yeah, on the figures. Actually, that looks a little bit like UV resin. That's what it looks like. Yeah, let's see what we need to do to finish this off. Let's see. Let's put our little clock in there. I'm going to go ahead and get it working in a moment. So that's going to be quite nice. I think because if you look and see the sides look very unfinished, and I think I might like to jazz that up a little bit, maybe paint the sides. And I pulled out some folk art enamel glass paint in gold, and my thinking was to maybe get the sides jazzed up a little bit. Yeah, there are quite a few bubbles in this, if I'm being really perfectly honest, but overall it's not bad. It's not bad. Not the best. I like it. I don't love it. Yeah, I'm seeing lots and lots of bubbles everywhere. Let's see what I can do to jazz this up. I'll be right back. Okay, guys. So what I've done is I've taken my chrome marker, it's a Gesso chrome marker and in gold, and I'm just giving it a few hits all the way around with that. I was going to use the paint, but the paint just was not opaque enough, and to be perfectly honest, I needed something that would quick dry. So this isn't ideal, but it is what I'm using for right now. And just turn it around so you can see what I'm doing. It requires at least 2 coats, but it does quick dry in between coats, thank goodness. Got it on this little, so anyway, yeah, it's not ideal to show you, is it, with the camera angles. You really needed to be behind me to see what I'm doing, so I'll finish up doing this and I'll come back and show you what it looks like. Nearly done actually. And then I think the resin that I used is not ideal. I think next time that I do a clock, because I do have a few clock molds, to be honest with you. I bought several versions of this particular mold. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my deep pour resin and just be more patient. I tried to get this done quick using my fast cure several layers so that it wouldn't flash cure because of how deep it was. And I'm really paying the price for that now. I'm not happy. Not really happy with the outcome here. I mean, I'm seeing bubbles all over the place, honestly. So it did cure fast though. It did what it said it was going to do, but at what price, you know? Anyway, I'm gonna persevere on it and we're gonna bring this on home. All right, I'll be right back. Okay guys, I'm back. Well, let's see. Yeah, after placing the pen on here, what I noticed is that there were a lot of places where it wasn't sticking. You can see the state of my mat, right? What I did is I used this folk art glitter, it's gold, it's glitter paint on top of it, and as you can see, I've made a big mess all over everything. But the problem was I just needed to cover up the irregularity of the marker where it wouldn't stick. So I thought we'll put glitter on top of it, of course. Now I normally wouldn't be a big fan of this much glitter, to be honest with you, but at Christmas time I figure it's permissive, it's permitted. But this one was so gloopy I had to add some alcohol in there to try to make it come out, but this is kind of what it does. Okay, so I'm just spreading it. That's no good by itself. It has to go on top of another color in order for it to look good. But in doing that, I got the pen marker to be even more shiny, and I got to cover up a few of the spots where it didn't stick. But I'm going to let that dry, and when I come back I'll have the final pictures with the clock face in there. The face, it didn't come with any clips, so I need to go. I bought another clock off of Amazon that had some clips, so I'm going to go try to sort that out and see if I can find it. It's buried in here somewhere, and see if those clips fit this other clock, because it's actually a different size. I'm hoping it will, because otherwise I don't know how I'm going to get the clock face to stay in there. Oh my goodness, am I full of problems or what? But anyway, we have a glitterific clock. I'm not thrilled with it, but I definitely learned some lessons. I learned that patience is definitely a virtue. I should have used the deep pour resin and let it, I think that would have been more bubble free. I also, of course, I have my vacuum chamber. I am going to try the fast cure in my vacuum chamber, and I'll let you know if it makes a difference, because that one is definitely too full of bubbles for my liking. But I've decided to stick with it and use it up. And I think even the regular resin that I have, the regular casting resin, would have been better than this fast cure, because that one doesn't have so many bubbles. So we already had a problem with putting the elements. I also know that, well, I have a friend called Lora. She's an absolutely wonderful, wonderful painter. She is my polio sister. We both suffered polio as a child. And, you know, we have quite a community of people that still survive that suffered polio as a child. So I've gotten to know quite a few of them, but she is an award-winning painter. She's absolutely wonderful. And I'm going to link her YouTube channel actually in my description box, because I want you to see. Her painting is spectacular. My painting came out kind of childlike. So in future, as far as my lovely Nutcrackers, I feel like rather than like detailed painting like she does, I think it would be better for me to stick with like more like effects, like, you know, using stains and more monochromatic things that I think is more my style. So that's what I'm going to do for the next time I use this Nutcracker mold. I'm not going to be trying to paint them. I also think that putting enamel paints into resin, that didn't really work either. I think enamel paint it actually looked better before I put it in the resin. That's the other thing I learned. So if you guys can learn from my mistakes, I think that's really good. Look at my beautiful white mat. And look at my hands. Anyway, guys, I'll be right back with some final pictures. I'm gonna let this dry, put the clock face in, and we're gonna get some pictures here, see what we think of the final product. All right, guys, take care. We'll see you next time.